Which of the following tools is going to be good for locating a cable in a cable bundle or tracing individual wires in a cable? So let's say you have a cable in it's just a rat's nest and you need to find the end from it's coming out of a switch, it's just going across, you got your rat's nest, you don't know where the ending is. What tool would you use? Well, for this, it's a tool that you would have on one end and the other end to verify continuity, to verify it's the same wire. So you could use a multimeter for this because it can test continuity, but the thing is a multimeter, it's physically connected with really not long wires. So you have two probes at the very end and you can tap it to a wire and you can test the continuity, test if it's on the same wire, if there's a lot of resistance. And if it's not, that means it's the good wire, it's the same wire. But it's an electronic measuring instrument for various electrical properties. It's not a specific tool done for this, and it's not the ideal tool either. So let's look at time domain reflectometer. This one is actually pretty cool. It's not our answer, but it's a tool used to locate faults in metallic cables. So if you have like a twisted pair for Ethernet cables or coaxial cables, like those old TV cables, it sends a pulse down a cable and it will measure the time it takes for the reflection of that pulse to return. It can pinpoint breaks, shorts, or impedance mismatches. But it doesn't help to identify a cable, it's only used to locate faults. There's a spectrum analyzer too. It measures magnitude of an input signal versus the frequency. So you have input signal coming in, and that signal has some kind of frequency associated with it. It's primarily used for analyzing wireless signals though, and it basically identifies interference sources, and you can troubleshoot RF radio frequency issues. So like, let's say you have input signal and the frequency is really low or it's all whack, then you might have some interference, and you can use a spectrum analyzer to measure the spectrum about that. A toner and probe kit is two parts. You have a tone generator and you have an inductive amplifier, also known as the probe. So the tone generator, when you tap it to the end of one wire, it'll send an audible signal through the wire. The probe on the other side, if you tap it to the other side, is then used to detect the signal along that cable path. And you can use this to identify a cable. So you put the toner on one end, you go to the other end, let's say you have a bunch of wires, you keep testing it on each end until you get like a beep or something. Just depends on what kind you're using, what brand or whatever. But once you get a beep, you know that you have continuity along that cable, that is the same cable, and you can pull it out. So a toner and probe kit is the tool below, which is going to be used to locate a cable in a cabling bundle or tracing an individual wire for a cable.